Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Isaac Christopher Lubogo, and many of you know me as a researcher. I am privileged today, right here in Germany, to be talking to a wonderful gentleman, Professor Golling. Professor Golling is a professor, but also a medical personnel who has excelled in the field of neurosurgeon, right? Liver and pancreas.
Visceral surgery.
Okay, surgery. I'm excited here because I was listening to quite interesting arguments, propositions that were coming from him. As a researcher who has actually, profound effect on planet Earth, he has distinguished himself in different arenas. He will explain some of the works that he has been doing, and he will later introduce to us the young lady who is seated right over here. Professor, you're welcome.
Thank you very much for welcoming me and coming over to Germany. I'm very happy that I'm working together with Dr. Barongo. Susan Barongo has been joining us for now a couple of years, and she's been conducting a study on suture material, and she's been doing that for the past 3 years. And I'm very happy that this study finally came to a finish.
Wow.
We're very happy that we have somebody like Dr. Barongo to join us in our team here in Schwäbisch, which is a big tertiary center in Germany and part of the teaching hospitals of Heidelberg University.
Excellent. Okay, Professor, tell us what exactly does your unit do?
We're involved in general and visceral surgery.
Yes.
That means a broad field ranging from hernia surgery up to colorectal, hepatobiliopancreatic surgery and endocrine surgery. And as a speciality, recently also bariatric or metabolic surgery.
Okay, excellent. What is the future of surgery in German perspective? I want you to make a comparative analysis. I know you're well traveled. In a minute, I'll be going to Dr. Barongo shortly, but I want you just to give me a background of what you have seen across the world, the diaspora, in your interaction, first of all, in Europe, but also in Africa. Because in our discussion here, I got to learn that you've been in South Africa, you've been in Namibia, you've been in quite a number of different diasporas. So what evidently do you think is most important for the world today as far as your field is concerned?
I think surgery is focusing at the moment too much on technical aspects like robotic surgery or anything exceptional. I think if you come down to basic surgery all over the world, and you mentioned some African regions, they've reached almost the same level. Because from that point of view, when you study well, when you know your technique, and when you follow the guidelines that are demanded nowadays, then you can do the same surgery all over the place. It doesn't matter where you are.
Right.
It's just from the technical point of view that the West, which involves a lot of money, and whenever a lot of money is involved, then you can think you're potentially performing a better surgery, but on actual aspects you don't.
Right.
So I think you're all doing a very good job.
Right.
And it doesn't really require all the technique that we have in the West.
Good. I think that is something that I realized that I think there's a wise man who said at one time that the world revolves around ideas propounded by particular individuals. And I see that happening right now. I was reading, I think it was Bill Gates, who said that the time is going to come when AI is going to take over teaching in institutions. Tell me something, Professor. Do you think that, because I'm interested in robotics, artificial intelligence, I've written a book called The Future Lawyer, which some lawyers are worried that is AI going to take over the field of lawyers? And I've also known that AI has actually done significantly well in the field of medicine, especially things to, like, for example, 3D printing and stuff like that. Do you think that there's a possibility, for example, of AI taking over the medical field?
I don't think so.
Why not?
First of all, I think some of the performances done by AI are based on the knowledge that people have put into AI. There's been a recent development of German writers, a writer union, who's suing corporations that incorporate their knowledge into AI. And I think AI, basically, up to my knowledge, is only able to regurgitate what has been incorporated into AI. And those legal aspects have not been addressed yet.
Yes.
And I think they should be addressed, because if AI incorporates the previous knowledge, the question is, why was AI allowed to incorporate that? I think AI has a future, but I don't see it as dramatic as some other people do.
Okay, the tricky thing about that, because I've actually taken some trouble and depth to explore the challenges of copyright infringement of AI that you're talking about, but also I'm mindful of the fact that AI has also got this unique, especially if you talk about ChatGPT-4 now, not ChatGPT-4, about AI, there's one that is natural language oriented, that is adaptive. It adapts, so it's not that it will retain knowledge on the basis of some information and therefore copy and replicate, but it can be able to adapt. So that I'm looking at another argument of, for example, even the aspect of transhumanism. I know as a professor, I've written something about transhumanism, and the first time I heard about transhumanism I was like, wait a minute, where are we going as a nation? I know there are ethical concerns, and maybe medically you are probably struggling with yourself and say, where is the barrier now? Where is the leverage? Where am I going to put the balance between right and wrong? What is your opinion about the future of AI, notwithstanding the fact that we have those copyright challenges and challenges that are related to what you talked about? Do you think that AI is something that is fundamentally important in the field of medicine, or should we simply abandon it completely?
I don't think you can abandon it. But you mentioned transhumanism and the future aspects of transhumanism. The main author, of course, is Yuval Harari.
Yes.
And what he published is quite extraordinary. At the same time, I think it probably is exaggerating the situation for a foreseeable future, at least for my foreseeable future. But the effects are going to be there. But as long, I can tell you, in our hospital, to talk about simple AI, we're not able to incorporate basic language systems. If we have language programs and people talk in German and a dialect of German, the AI in our language programs is not able to translate that into normal German. So we have about 15 to 20 dialects in Germany, and people are unable to speak. They would rather understand Dr. Barongo speaking German than a fellow colleague of mine who's speaking German as well. He's not able to translate that because he can't understand the dialect, but he would be able to understand Dr. Barongo speaking in German into the speech program. All I'm saying is AI is interesting.
Yes.
Transhuman situation where you incorporate, where you transform human into
Super machines like.
Yeah, into machine-like structures and vice versa. I can not really see that in the foreseeable future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Right now, let me talk about my friend, Dr. Susan Barongo Nsereko. What have you got to say about her? I don't want to speak much. Perhaps you are the right person to introduce and tell something about what is burning on your heart about Dr. Susan.
Well, first of all, Dr. Barongo came over a good while ago and joined us in the team. She was always a very modest, humble person, and it's very funny because I got a racist opinion because I addressed her as a black pearl.
Oh man!
And we used to have a soccer player in Germany, who played in Frankfurt, and he was much faster than the white people. And he could run faster and play faster, and he was called the Black Pearl in that team.
Wow.
And Dr. Barongo is my Black Pearl.
Oh wow.
And
Wow.
she is a very important person because she does the jobs that no one else would do, and she does them very well.
Excellent.
And we're very proud to have her on our team.
Excellent. So what has Dr. Barongo, by the way, for those of our viewers that were here, I would like to mention, perhaps, maybe I would say that last, maybe, but tell me something that you think, that you are telling me, what has Dr. Barongo contributed specifically, especially in relation to the gathering that we have here today?
Yeah. No, she her speciality is basically twofold. She's very competent on a personal level. She's very empathic as a doctor.
Yes.
That is not special, but it's very essential to a doctor.
Yes.
And on the other side, she was willing to go the extra mile.
Yes.
She offered to help me with my study,
Yes.
which contributed to the performance of this hospital.
Yes.
And I conducted an international study
Yes.
involving a couple of countries and the suture material. I'm very happy that she was able to recruit the data,
Yes.
document the data,
Yes.
and we hopefully will be able to finish it this year with a publication.
Wow, excellent. Dr. Barongo, address us. Look at the camera. Tell us something. What's exciting about this hospital and about Professor Golling?
Yeah, I would say it's for me a very, very big opportunity. I'm really very happy that I could manage to work with Professor Golling and his team. I'm of course very, very, very happy about that. That's a team where everybody is considered and we all get our what we need. I mean, we are all in the process of being, what should I say, as in German it's called Ausbildung, yeah? Like we are being surgeons and we are really getting very, very good care. Then from our professor and the whole team as well. It's very, 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 it's a very good family team. And I'm really happy that I just got the opportunity. I've worked in Germany before.
Yes.
And I can say my experience with Professor Golling is very, very, very good.
Excellent.
I'm very happy just about it.
Excellent. There you got it. Here is the blue-eyed person. I'm gonna use that one. I'm not gonna use the black pearl.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So she's from Uganda. Dr. Barongo Susan Nsereko is from Uganda. Incredible young lady here, making things work right here in Germany. Professor, I'm excited. I want to thank you. I know you're gonna make a trip to Africa. I would like to extend an invitation on behalf of the people of Uganda. Come down, speak to our boys and girls there. Let's roll, let's change the world. Thank you, Professor. It's always a blessing and an honor to speak to incredible people like you. Thank you, Professor. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.